This is a flake of heat-treated Edwards dirt. I'm sort of doing this as a test to help me develop some good camera views for pressure, which my channel has been lacking. This whitetail antler insert, this wasn't a great antler, but I'm going to be using the outside here because the middle is, I'm getting a little pithy. I'm using this leather wedge just to create little gaps where I need it. So you can see we've got a thick area and a droop. I'll chip that out. Do little brushes. Takes a lot of energy to push antler flakes off of these dull edges, so I just get one started and then try to keep it a little leaner. So that flatten that down. Sort of turn the antler around to work up this side of the horn as I work up this edge. Where there's a little isolation and a little spur, I can modify that edge I want to press on by just brushing up and down with an antler, making sure I have bite, and then pressing in. I want to get rid of these steep turned edges that I've just pressure flaked it off, that I hacked the shape in with a hammerstone and knob, and then I pressure flaked it and it's a little steep, so I'm going to continue pushing those a little bit longer. And this face might need to do just a little bit of shearing down to help me there in this section. See, I'm just manipulating that edge. I'm not doing any abrading. Hopefully you can see this. Teeny bit of a droop there, but that'll chip out. And you can if you kind of work with shearing, you can semi-dress your flaking tools if you use the broad face. You know you're going that way anyhow. Sort of helps kind of dress the tool as you go. Like it's not grabbing very well where it's punky in the middle. Sort of try to push obliquely. Maybe get one little flake here so one goes longer, it doesn't hit that thick area, and dive across. I can just start up here. Just a little, oops. Crunch that a little bit. I'm finding little corners of this antler to get in. I don't need to dress it now. I got getting a little careless up here at the tip. There's so much room to be able to just do kind of the early work kind of sloppy on these. There's a lot of width on this flake. I'm going back over this area again since that edge was a little swayed. Sometimes you need a little shelf to get up. So instead of just trying to find the tool and I'm mashing the tool itself into the leather and just rolling this edge down, try to get it up and just do some easier shearing. File to the outside again. We'll do one pass and then we'll go to a part 2. Normally I would start up here and work my way down, but my contours are going to be better doing it the other way. So that flake ran to there. So if I would have had that jamming in or some bad support, that could have done, well, it did wrap a little bit. We want to avoid that. So I'm brushing and then I'm giving it an extra, I'm finding the tool spot and then I'm giving it a push. I'm building up the pressure just so I know where the flake is going to release. These flakes are traveling because I'm not pressure flaking it into a surface where there's a gap and then pressure. Then you do that and then the flakes are gonna, unless the material is really ideal, the flakes are gonna stop there. Actually, if the material is ideal, they still will most of the time stop there. Okay, let's come back this way. That is kind of high and steep. I want to lower that a little bit more, so I'm going to do just a little bit more medium along flakes this way first. Not short, but not that short. Not as short as it was. Take the angle off that bevel a little bit. See, the brushing is so important. I have a pretty thin edge, but I'm feeling where it's going to grab, and then the antler will just seat, and it will not crush because I've already given it the little test. And I'm in a position where I'm looking right down the edge. I can see those little surfaces. I can tell where the flake is going to go. Maybe now our edge is a lot better to go back this way, but I need to do just a little bit of work on the base. We'll do that and then we'll go to a part 2. We'll do a little shearing and then we'll stop. Sometimes after I do that first shearing, so I did this face and then I sheared down. Before I turn back, I'll look at thick areas. So like I need a little flake right there. Hopefully you can see that. Like I need a tiny little spots to make that edge even when I do a re-shear, and then I'll have everything the right height. The right height to the edge so I can brush and push in. So I'll tick that down just a little bit more. Alright, that's a good stopping point for part 1. I'll check that and make sure it's in frame. This is halogen lighting. Hopefully it's bright enough you guys can see.